Hello, welcome back to a weekly vault video. This week I've got a ton of characters to open stuff on. I've been doing a lot of alt stuff this week. So, fresh at 11:03 a.m. we're going to be opening these vaults. I've got let me just show you like a peek at all of them. There's a couple of vaults. So, to put it in like to show what they all are. The monk, the DK, the druid, those three are all, they're just ones in delves because I did the weekly delve quest on them. So they're not going to be anything special. I might open them and look at them. Actually, yeah, we could look at them. We'll look at those ones next. They'll be quick. I figured they would have like nothing special really, but maybe there's like a cool delve trigger that they get, but it'd be veteran track. So it's, yeah, we'll skip them. We'll skip them. They'll just grab a socket. But I started up all the characters that I want to like test out and mess with. Really, I have all the tanks. So the ones that I plan on playing the most right now is the DH. I think is going to be the character I tank on for Mythic Plus, and then obviously the rogue. The warrior is really fun to play as well. The paladin is like, it's okay. The druid has the option of playing feral. That's cool. And I can also try out resto on that one. I don't really want to try out holy paladin really. But then the shaman, I'm testing out enhance. I'm trying that out, which I haven't really learned anything at all. But the monk also, windwalker is cool. Brewmaster, never played it before. Blood, never played it before. The two DPS specs are also cool. Like they just got, Frost just recently got a buff as well. And maybe I just learned how to play those. But enough said. Get into the enhanced shaman. The UI on the enhanced, this guy got done yesterday, so he doesn't have much special. All right. He has an 8, by the way, so these are heroic. We're going to get some heroic shoulders. Pretty good. Okay. Those on. Number 618 high level. Not too bad for the little shaman. Then we can go, let's say the druid next. Oh, the druid's gonna be one with one of the one vaults. You know, I should have pre-put all of my characters right next to the vault. That would have been a really good idea. Well, I guess they're all kind of close. And then this guy, this guy has like the most of like the alts that I started this week. He has the most like stuff going on for him, like his UI stuff. I've put more things than the others. These all suck. We'll take the token. I said I would skip those, so I'm going to keep skipping those. I think next we'll do Paladin. I'm doing these in like order or like the level of how much I care for them, you know? But the Rogue will be last because I like him the most. The Paladin has a myth track in the center slot. He did a 12 dungeon, which was a horrible experience. I did like very little damage. Yeah, but we managed to get a 12 on the ret. So, you know, I'm going to open this guy. Do I open him in prot spec? I have a sword. I have an old shield. I honestly want to open him in ret spec because that's probably the most likely I'm going to play this character is just as ret instead of prot. Like prot is okay, but I'm not really thinking I'm going to play it for Mythic Plus. First mastery. I think it's not good. Oh yeah, then last week. Okay, wait, this is nice. I can get my 4-piece from that. It's either the 4-piece from that or maybe this is like ret stats or something. Let me go look. I don't really know how. I don't know anything about ret. Okay, so for single target, it's also saying follow this for Mythic Plus 2. It seems mastery. So it goes strength, item level, mastery, then haste crit, and then verse. I mean, I think that's probably not good then. Definitely not outvaluing the tier set. I think that's good. Get that tier set, maybe learn how to actually play this. Well, okay, look, here's the, not too bad. This is a galley, looks normal. Look at me, I'm cranking, bro. 1.23. I'm at 631 eye level. All right, so with that, I think I can make 4-piece. Oh, I had hero pants I could have catalyzed too, but I'm trying to save catalyst chart. Okay, so that's a tier piece. So I could have 2-piece, but I dropped 4-piece from last season. Also have another champion piece I could catalyze, but I think I could hold out until I get enough hero pieces. That's okay. Okay. Well, that's one more piece closer, and I could run like a normal raid or something. See if I get some more. But he also, this is like ret paladin things that I was putting on there too. He's had a little bit of weak aura work. The plan is to like complete all the weak auras for all the classes. Okay, we'll go warrior next. Warrior. It's been fun playing arms too. That's been fun to play. The Prot Warrior is also really fun. It does a lot of damage. It recently just got nerfed really hard, or maybe not really hard, but it got nerfed like a sizable amount. Believe it was. Let me check. It is about a 10 to 13% AoE nerf and a 5% single target nerf. That comes straight from Warrior Discord. But this thing is fun. I've been playing it in some keys and stuff. Yeah, this thing is fun. But getting a 10% nerf, so like, okay, I did 2.05 million, okay? And if it was a maximum 13% nerf, so like on this damage meter, I would have been doing 1.7 mil. So then I wouldn't be out damaging the poor Shadow Priests in my group. Those are my friends. This was like a 10. This was a 9. Okay, that's why I'm just, yeah, poor Shadow Priests. Okay. So, you see, this guy would want to do, he has, I think he might have a, oh, I took a screenshot of it. So that I know what I had. Okay, so this is what we had. So, in his loot thing, he had 2 normal slots and then 3 mythic slots. I did an 11 on the paladin. I was wrong about that. It's 3 normal slots, or 3 mythic slots, 2 normal slots, and an LFR slot. So we can go. Like how many things from Mythic Plus do I want at Mythic that are like specific to Prot? Because I could go arms, and then arms could give me a chance of getting a 2-hander. Like this is an okay tank trinket, I think. Like it's not an active button, but I don't think Prot Warrior needs an active button really. And I'd rather get something that's like damage oriented. But in that same idea, I would rather have the where is that thing? The Tome of Light's Devotion. This is a very good like damage trinket, but it is a tank only trinket. Like having that at myth track would be like insane. But then also getting a myth track like shield would kind of be sad, or like a weapon, because I just crafted those. Let's commit to arms. Let's commit to arms and let's see what we get, because arms is pretty fun. Oh, honey buzzer. Yeah, we did get a weapon, but not really anything too much. I think we stick with these. Yeah, these myth track pants. That's definitely solid. We'll just catalyze those. I believe. Yeah, I have Fri-Sat with those, so I'd have to break Fri-Sat to put just regular these ones on. So we could just catalyze those. Okay, not too bad. So then on to Rogue. No, DH. The DH. This is the one I'm going to be tanking on, most likely. Like trying to, just do high keys on. This one seems to be like the best tank, and probably my favorite tank out of the best ones, because it's this. Actually, it just seems to be the best tank. I don't even know what the other tanks would be. It seems like it's a little bit better. This guy has 3 myth slots in the center for the dungeon vault, and then he has 2 heroic slots and an LFR slot, and then he has triple heroic delve slots. I think we opened him as Vengeance. Yeah, because I did open him as Havoc before, or maybe I was doing that to loot something. A heroic bomb suit would be cool, but a weapon would definitely be cool. Try to just crafted a weapon. Oh man. Okay, so that's heroic tier. Okay. Heroic Warglaive, Veteran, Fist Weapon, Myth Shoulders. Okay. Oh, Myth Tome of Lights. Wow. I wonder if that's good for Vengeance. Modular Platinum Plate. I've never heard anything about this, so I don't think it's good. Energy Drink. This one is probably good for Havoc. Oh, man. I think it's between the Shoulders or the Tome. And let me take a look. Because the Tome might be good for single target. Or like just, I guess, yeah, single target. But just as a Vengeance Demon Hunter. I want to look on Murloc.io. I'm going to check what everyone's getting, or not what everyone's getting, what people are running, which at the very start of the season, it doesn't tell too much about people. But the top 50 players, seeing what they're running is kind of a good way to, okay, they're running Pacemaker and Tome. I'm thinking we could probably run that. The only issue is, like, I think once I get something that's like, I feel as though like I'm gonna have to run bomb suit in like hierarchy, so I don't know how long term this really is because it has like has a low defensive value, at least from what I'm looking at. Like, this is your armor. Like, do I absorbs magic damage? Because then the other side of it is just the damage side. Like, let me just look. Let me look at whatever logged keys are like the highest. Like, this doesn't tell the full story of it, but like on here. Okay, so Skylark did a Cinder Brew. What level is this? I go like here. Will it show me? Cinder Brew 16 with a mud and a pacemaker. And then this guy did the 16 with pacemaker and a tome, pacemaker, bomb suit, pacemaker. Just having. Okay, I think it's good to have this as like. I think that's good because it's just a trinket. Like that's actually sick. We're gonna take that. Maybe we can do some really big damage with that. I'll have to reread how to use that because I know it's like you have to. Switching out my honey buzzer is probably a good thing too. So we gotta freedom. Switching out the honey buzzer is probably a good thing. We get this is a little bit of usage on it. Yeah, but hold on, I'll wait for the CD on it. But it's like something is like you want to keep it on the damage one like as much as you can, or at least that's how like Prot Warrior wrote how to use it. Like that's the only one I'd read to use. Maybe there's like a guide on it, but once I start messing with it. Oh yeah, increases your crit by 2,900. Grants your attacks a chance to inflict. Oh wow, crit by 5986. Wait, that's not the correct. Maybe it's stacking. Holy. Okay, yeah, we need to learn how this works. Because I think it's after taking damage or something. Like taking damage is what stops it, or what starts like turning the pages or whatever. Like yeah, okay, yeah. Reading through the 50 verses of Radiance. I think before it gets to 50, or once it swaps over is when I would want to like change it or something. But then yeah, once I swap it, goes increased radiance. So like I'm sitting in the damage one right now, and then once it gets to 50 is when I would want to switch. Yeah, okay, I think that's how it works. Okay, I don't think I need to read much about it. I can just go test it now. Okay, cool. Now for Rogue. Big Rogue. The Rogue has 1 vault slot of Mythic from Raid. He has 3 vault slots Mythic from dungeons. He has full Delve Heroic Vault, which if we get a Noggin Fogger, that could be really cool. It's very good for Outlaw right now because it's scaling, like the little pirate you spawn is like scaling with your attack speed modifiers and stuff. So it's proven to be like pretty good. Oh, also this week we got assassination buffs. Assassination, we just logged in with a whole lot more damage than we had when we logged out. So this guy, last week we got a Mythic pacemaker, and I'm thinking, so we have I think it's heroic. We have heroic. It's like heroic slot, myth slot, and then myth, and heroic on the 3 bottom. So the absolute best thing that we could get from like our whole loot table is heroic House of Cards, probably. I think for assassination, getting a heroic Jaster diamond would be good as well. Not on Subrogue. Subrogue, I've simmed it before, and the Jaster diamond is like kind of cheeks until absolute best in slot mythic. Like once it can't be beat by anything else, it's good. Let's see. Oh, let me hold pause. Okay, yeah, we're opening this up just in case there's a dagger. Which I don't think I even need a dagger from anything that would have looted one, but oh. So we got a cloak in the myth slot from Raid, which we got Hero pants, Hero boots, myth track crit mastery ring. That's pretty cool. Myth track chest piece, the Jorkin of Awakened Stone. Okay. Myth track hands. Nothing down there, just gear pieces. It's like what I'm thinking is because assassination just got stronger with the buffs, I believe it's going to be like assassination is going to be played more in Raid. I haven't like done a full like analysis of it or anything. I think Subrogue is better on the boss I'm progging on right now. I think Rick Reverb, the Subrogue is better. The next boss, Styx, I will be playing assassination. I think assassination's better. Just for the constant cleave onto the stuff instead of like needing everything to be grouped in at the same time for Subrogue CDs. Like which I think we won't be super consistent on having everything under the boss like ASAP. So it's probably assassination for sticks. Lock and stock. Any of the specs. It's just whatever does the most damage. One arm bandit, probably sub rogue still. Having that burst for the bomb ads and having the just being able to target swap onto the smaller ads is good. Assassination for Muggsy is just better. Your caustic spreads to the goons inside of the little goon cage. So assassination was already going to get played on that one. Gallywix. I don't know much about Gallywix, but for heroic, it definitely feels like a sub rogue boss. And I think it's like assassination will have to like highly outvalue sub rogue. Like it would just have to do so much more damage, which might have happened with this buff. It's about a 5% or 5.7% with some talent changes, according to the Rogue Discord. All that being said, let's just check what is the current single target Destin Slot Sim running? A circlet, okay. Like I think we'll be okay with passing on the passing on this ring. We can just get a myth track chess piece and then catalyze it, and that'll be used for like all 3 specs. That's pretty good. We'll take the eye level. Well, this has been the vaults. It's been pretty good like that. A whole lot of characters that I opened this week. We're like I said, we're gonna maintain or get up all the tanks. Some of them slower than the others because I enjoy some of them more, or I know how to play some of them more and have been just playing them more. Like the DH, the warrior, the paladins, kind of getting the side treatment. But yeah, I'll be testing out some assassination rogue this week. You know, analyzing the bosses still. I think what I just what I just spoke out is like actually just like how I would do, like how I would choose bosses. And that is if sub rogue or if assassination is not just like gapping sub rogue, like by this point. I think those ones are like Rick Reverb seems like one that's not like it's non-negotiable. Like I should just be playing a sub rogue on. Vexy, this doesn't really matter. Cauldron, this doesn't really matter. Maybe 2-minute lines up with the amp in the middle or something, but I don't think so. I don't really know. The like Styx assassination, I would have played that before the buff. Rocketmonger, this one's gonna come down to which one does more damage. I also maybe the timers are different as well, but that's okay. One arm bandit. This is probably still a sub rogue fight, just because, like I said, swapping ads. Muggsy was assassination, will be assassination. Gallywix, don't know yet, but we'll see. Definitely with some more analyzing and like testing and stuff, I can get to see. Like I don't really know the status of like assassination's damage right now. I know it's 5.7% higher than it was, but I don't really know where we were at to begin with, to be honest. There you go. Okay. If you'd like to watch my Mythic raid, Mythic prog, we're progging Rick Reverb. We got, I don't know what percentage we got, what best percentage we got, but the if you want to watch my Mythic prog, I stream on Twitch at ZachOJ3 every single Friday and Saturday from 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll be progging Rick Reverb when we get back to him in Mythic. We'll just be re-clearing up to him. And then we will we do a full heroic clear into the Mythic clear. I think that's what's happening this next week. So if you'd like to see that, then you can show up there. I also stream live on this YouTube channel as well. I go live on YouTube and Twitch at the same time. So whichever one you prefer. But then that's it. We'll be doing some assassination testing, maybe some keys. I think assassination is probably going to be better than sub rogue and keys now. I do think there's probably still dungeons that you run sub rogue in, which that seems like a really good benefit to learning all the sub rogue stuff. Is I think there's times where it is just better to switch off of. Like places that have damage amps seem like, or like frequent damage amps seem like sub rogues to play. Um, but then again, you can just pull around a specific class and like make the pulls cater to them. Uh, so maybe assassination, just because it does more damage now, is just going to be better. We'll see. Also, if you like my rogue weak auras, my shadow uniframes, my entire UI, it is in the description. I have a Wago UI pack, and there's a Discord to go along with it to show you the steps and stuff and all that different stuff. So, enjoy.